Hmm. Well, the game plan's quite simple, ladies and gentlemen. Just don't turn into Charity FC against these guys. They're in the mud, and let's try and keep them there.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea versus Arsenal coming up in the Premier League. And as much as I want to laugh at Arsenal Football Club with 3 back-to-back losses, it's always a bit strange when they come and play us in this particular form because for some reason we can't seem to put them away. And I'm truly hoping that whatever team we put out tomorrow, it gets the job done. Just beat them. Let's not be the laughing stock. Let's not give them an opportunity to get their first win in the last 3 matches. I just don't want to be that team. Chelsea, please. I just don't want to be that team. And if we can win against this particular team, we've got West Ham coming up. We beat them as well. We should, because pretty sure we got beat by them earlier this season. Can't really remember now. I think we did get beat by them. Mendy Horror Show, that particular match. If we can win the next 2, I think that'll probably more or less done and dusted in terms of being third. I can't really see any of those other teams giving us any trouble. Not that they're doing that well at all, so I'm not worried in that front. But if we win the next 2, I think pretty much confirms it for us. I'm just looking at the mayhem that Liverpool's causing on Man United as well. It's quite incredible. I just want to make sure that we stay as close as possible, I suppose, to the front 2. I know it's difficult, but pick up these victories and stay as close as possible and have a momentum leading up to that FA Cup final, which is very, very important. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight into the press conference. We'll go through the press conference information, then we'll look into the team selection, my team selection, to come back against Arsenal, get the 3 points. This is how it all started, the press conference, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Tuchel, Mateo is out for the game, ligament injury, hopefully not longer than 2 weeks. Callum Hudson-Odoi and Ben Chilwell out, some players in doubt, but hopefully the rest is okay. So as predicted, Mateo Kovacic was not going to be able to make this game. And Callum Hudson-Odoi is still out. There's some news about Ben Chilwell, which we'll get to very soon. Thomas Tuchel, for Callum, it's a bit like day by day. Still not possible to join team training. He was on Instagram yesterday with a fresh trim. So hopefully we see him back with that trim. Mason Mount got a haircut and turned his, turned his fortunes around a little bit in terms of, not in terms of goals and assists, he was always doing that, but in terms of the overall gameplay, you never know, maybe Callum Hudson-Odoi could have a similar effect. Thomas Tuchel on Ben Chilwell's return. I don't think we will rush this. Ben will now be in the transition to join academy training, to have team training, but not on the physicality level like with us. This will be his next step in the next weeks. A few people were sort of thinking, perhaps we could see Ben Chilwell by the end of the season. I really don't want to. I want him to take the entire of this season. He's already missed more than half the season. So what's the point of him coming back just to play some games right at the end? Take the entire season off, recover, and make sure you're there from the start of next season. Very important we get this player back. Hopefully he can join our training at the end of the season, but no matches on that level. I think that's perfect. If he can come back at a training sort of scenario, it's perfect for me. Thomas Tuchel, we will fight hard. We have a crucial 4 matches coming in short period of time. Arsenal, West Ham, Man United, and Everton. 2 home, 2 away. This is where the focus goes. I think this is it. There's some really, really good challenges coming up. Arsenal, West Ham. Yes, Arsenal with 3 matches losing streak. Still can't take them for granted. Got to put them away. West Ham, we've got to settle the score with these guys. They may be focusing on the Europa, so we could get in luck with that particular matchup over there. Man United, we've got to beat them. Everyone is slapping them. Look at what Liverpool's doing right now. Everyone is slapping them. We've got to slap them as well. And Everton, that'll be a tricky game. Relegation battle, Everton, Frank Lampard as well. That's going to be interesting. So for me, if we get these 4 victories, I think Premier League top basically coming third is well and truly locked in. Thomas Tuchel, we demand special things because we're a special group. 100% we're a special group. Thomas Tuchel and Romelu Lukaku. I don't think he needs inspiration. He needs that one moment, one spark. He would normally be a natural starter for versus Crystal Palace. And it makes me think maybe he could start against Arsenal, knowing the fact that Havertz has really played a lot and looked a bit strange against Crystal Palace. Maybe it's timely just to get that one match break and then come back against West Ham completely, fresh and raring to go. Maybe it's a good opportunity to give Romelu a chance, and let's see what he does. He's been missing some monumental chances. So I'm willing to give him an opportunity to see if he can put away Arsenal, just the way he did on his debut match earlier this season. But after a period of injury, he lacks the stiffness and fitness for matches. It's just a fact. It's not his fault. It's off the crucial time in the season where you need a certain rhythm. I love the way how Thomas Tuchel never throws him under the bus. Never. He always seems to back him. I think once or twice he did post-match, but predominantly he's always backing Romelu Lukaku. And if in essence, honestly, he probably has the right to throw him under the bus almost on a regular basis. Thomas Tuchel on ownership, absolutely not. Sorry, no updates. Look, even us fans, we don't know. I mean, the deadline has ended. What's the hold up? I've got no idea. 20th of April. Hopefully by the end of this week. I just want to get this sorted ASAP. Thomas Tuchel on limited crowd versus Arsenal. And this is one of the reasons why I want this ownership situation to get sorted. Because these sanctions, they need to go. They really need to go. It's putting us in a massive disadvantage. That's not an advantage because we want to play matches in front of full stadiums. That's bad news. I was not aware of it. Maybe I forgot it. Everybody's aware, so they push a bit more. We should not lack quality of support. I mean, we're not going to have, apparently 14,000 fans are not going to be at Stamford Bridge. It's only going to be the season ticket holders, which is, it's not right, man. That stadium needs to be full in a home match. And the longer this ownership situation takes, the more we're going to keep facing these sort of scenarios on home matches, which is not fair. Thomas Tuchel and Trevor Chalobah's recent absence. Some people have been talking about what's going on with Trevor Chalobah. This is what's going on. It's a hard decision at the moment. We had recently Reece James playing in this position in the back three because of his physicality and speed. Trevor played a lot and very good season so far. He's back in full shape. We had a talk recently. I cannot prove it with minutes, but he's at that level where he was at the beginning of the season. It's impressive. Now he's full strength. Now he needs to be patient. He's taking it very well. Trains excellent. He will see it with minutes in the next minute. In the next minutes. I mean, look, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I was saying. Trevor Chalobah is not a bad player. I'm convinced he's going to be a superstar of a defender. And for me, he's a very good player. He's got the attributes in terms of being robust, physicality. He's got good ball control. He's got an eye for vision, basically for good passes. So look, overall, he's a solid defender. Yes, he's gone through some iffy moments, but that was off the back of some injuries as well. And it looks like now he's back into full form. So look, I completely trust Thomas Tuchel. And yes, in recent times, because Reece James has been playing there, it's just made it a bit difficult for Trevor Chalobah to crack into the RCB role. We've got Christensen as well fighting in that position. And I've got no doubt he's going to be back very soon, if not even against Arsenal. Maybe Reece James moves into wing-back position and Chalobah plays right CB. So look, I'm glad Thomas Tuchel's had that conversation with Chalobah. And this is what I like. Man management is very important in these sort of situations. And I'm glad Trevor Chalobah is patient as well. Just stay patient. You saw a lot of minutes earlier in the season. Now you're going through some bumpy times. That's fine. This is what life is all about. How you stay patient during this moment is very important. That's what a coach wants to see. Thomas Tuchel and Reece James, the back three is less demanding than the wing-back position. It's a bit of an advantage of him being in the back three because it's less physically demanding after an injury return. It helps us have him on the pitch for more minutes. I mean, look, ladies and gentlemen, I like Reece James as a RCB, but in certain games, when the opposition has absolute flyers, like, for example, Crystal Palace with Zaha, Real Madrid with Vinicius, maybe even Liverpool. Some people are tossing up, do we play in the FA Cup final Reece James in the wing-back position or in the RCB. I'd probably play in RCB position because he should be able to marshal whether it's Luis Diaz or Sadio Mane. It's very, very important we have someone physical able to combat that situation. You remember what happened to Chalobah that game in the Carabao Cup. Even though Chalobah came back later on, but Luis Diaz was causing all sorts of havoc. And, perhaps we have a similar sort of situation where we do the Real Madrid scene where Reece James plays as RCB and maybe Ruben Loftus-Cheek as sort of like the hybrid, not completely a wing back, but more as a right midfielder. We could possibly see that. Let's see what happens. But let me know your thoughts. I mean, do you prefer Reece James as a wing back or RCB? I guess there's benefits in both sides of the world. Yes, as a right wing back, he's a goal scorer, he's an assister. And maybe against Arsenal, I want to see him as a right wing back, to be honest. I'm thinking this is a game where he could possibly be a right winger. Wing back. Thomas Tuchel and Reece James, best position at wing back. Not sure. I love him in both positions. I think that's fair enough comment. Thomas Tuchel and Jorginho, he played injured, sacrificed for the team. You see it now. You can't underestimate how much pressure is on the player at international level. With Italy, he felt the pressure. Everybody in Italy felt the pressure, which is normal. Sometimes after big success, it's difficult to keep on going. He put on a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. It's why I love him. I was hard on him because he had some situations where he could do better. It's nothing personal. I love him. He knows it. We overused him. Now we see the consequences. I mean, this is why you see, you saw against Palace where Thomas Tuchel was a bit disgruntled with Jorginho. If he plays, he's fully involved and gives everything. He needs to be fresh to give everything he usually has. Look, my situation with Jorginho is that, ladies and gentlemen, there's pros and cons. If you play him in a particular structure that is well suited for him, like we saw against Palace in the second half, deepest midfielder with 8, he has the space to operate. When he plays in a pivot at times, when that other midfielder sort of bombs up, it leaves him all by himself, and then he can get found out. And sometimes it's a bit too crowded in that scenario in a double pivot where the opposition tends to outnumber us with 3 or sometimes even 4. So look, there are flaws. There are good things about Jorginho. There are moments where it's okay to say that, yes, we need him to control the match. Then there's moments as well you can say we need something different to ensure that we don't get opened up, we don't get exposed. So look, it's a situation with Jorginho where we have to appreciate both sides of the world here. We do, but it all comes down to different perspective. How do you want to play football? There is no wrong answer. There is no wrong answer. Personally, I would like to see something different next season. I think players like Tchouaméni, players like Julian Weigl, players like Basuma, who has attributes of Jorginho, but at the same time, the flaws are limited. It doesn't get exposed, whether it's in a double pivot, whether it's in a single sort of DM. So that's all I'm going to say about Jorginho. Let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, about Jorginho. Let's get into the team selection against Arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to beat them. We just simply got to beat them. I'm going with Mendy as my goalkeeper. No need for a capital E there. Mendy as my goalkeeper. In the back line, Rudy, Silva, and I'm going to play with either Trevor Chalobah or Christensen. The thing with Christensen is he sort of clocked out knowing that he's going to Barcelona. Trevor Chalobah probably deserves some time as well. I'll probably go with Chalobah on here. I know some people could probably say Christensen. Some people may even say Azpilicueta. I'm going with Chalobah. I think he should be able to take care of that side. In the wing-back position, Reece James. Look, this side could be anyone, AC or even Aspi. Like, it doesn't really matter. Well, my preference would be Chalobah. I think Chalobah, it's time we start seeing him back, and he's not any type of a bunny type of a player. Like, Chalobah's a very good player. Alonso in left wing-back. I'm going with a midfield 3, ladies and gentlemen. I really liked what we did against Palace, and I want to continue with that. It allows us to have midfield domination. As you can see here, 5 players in midfield with Reece James and Alonso joining in. Deepest midfielder, Jorginho, knowing the fact that Kovacic is injured. Let's go with Jorginho. I'm going with Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the right side, and I'm going with Mason Mount on the left side. Some people might be saying, well, what about Kante? I think we can use Kante for West Ham. Kante is another player. Let's just give him that rest. It is the month of Ramadan as well. He's fasting. It's been a bit iffy with his performances. Just rest up and get fresh. You can come off the bench. Let's continue on with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He's on fire. Let's not take him out now, ladies and gentlemen. Let him continue with this momentum. Very important. Mason Mount is probably undroppable, so it is what it is. Up front, ladies and gentlemen, Timo Werner. He's probably another must-starter. How do you drop him? Southampton, 2 goals. Real Madrid, goal and an assist. Crystal Palace, assist. He's just unstoppable, man. And this is what I like to see. It's not just the goals and assists. It's the work rate. The work rate really looks good when you have goals and assists. And similarly, the goals and assists looks really good when you have the work rate. It's not one or the other. It's both intertwined together. Work rate and the stats go together. And for me, Werner is doing that right now. With Werner, who's going to be the partner? I'm going with Romelu Lukaku, ladies and gentlemen. Giving him an opportunity. This is his time to shine. This is his time to hopefully make that comeback. Gets a couple of goals, that'd be great. Gets a goal. Let's get a goal, that'd be great. Look, Havertz, I need him to get a bit of rest. He has been playing a lot of games, a lot. And this is timely to give him a bit of break. Come back against West Ham, which is going to be in a quick turnaround. We need him in that particular game. And I think Havertz, as per Thomas Tuchel said in the press conference, probably played a lot of games. And another one of those players, we need to be careful the minutes that he's been playing. And Lukaku, apparently, Thomas Tuchel said maybe he plays the first 60 minutes and we'll see what happens. Some of you guys might be saying, what about Pulisic? Pulisic can come off the bench. No worries with me. And I like that combination. Werner, I think Werner likes to play with a striker. Lukaku likes to play with a second striker. That combination is good. We definitely will see Mount and Ruben Loftus-Cheek helping this scenario. Reece James's cross hopefully helps out both Lukaku and Werner, similarly with Alonso as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my lineup. Mendy, Rudy, Silva, Chalobah. We could most possibly even see Christensen or Azpilicueta. Jorginho, deepest midfielder. Alonso, Reece James, Mason Mount, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Timo Werner, Lukaku. For me, this does the trick, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going with 2, maybe even 3-0. No disrespect to Arsenal, but I need them to be slapped, ladies and gentlemen. Just the way Liverpool's slapping, Man United at the moment. It's half-time, but it could get even worse, to be honest. But let me know your thoughts. What's your score prediction? How do you feel about all the things that we talked about from the press conference point of view? You thinking Charity FC coming back? I hope not, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we bash Arsenal. Give them their 4th defeat in a row. I would love to see that. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time. See you.